Yo, what it do, everybody? It's your boy Jacob Hunter, to be exact. This is just an introduction video from me to you, introducing you to my channel that I just started. It's gonna be a sports-based channel, talking about a lot of great sports activities. This video right here is just an introduction video, though. I'm gonna tell you who I like, what I like, teams, players, different things like that. A little bit about myself, so you'll know who's talking to you, and all those kind of things. But man, I'm excited. It's something that I want to do for a while. Finally got the courage to do it. Been in sports all my life, so I got a story. I got a lot of the good information that I can share, and just an unbiased view of sports talk, sports media, everything sports. So I'm looking forward to it, man, and that's just a formal introduction. So just a little bit about where I'm from. Rocky Mount, North Carolina is a small rural community in the state of North Carolina. Home of some great athletes. Man, we've had people from Phil Ford to Buck Williams to Ron Goodwin, played professional baseball. Man, the list goes on, and I'm not even gonna get into that list because I'll end up leaving a lot of people out. But I'm 24 years old, so I got a chance to see some of these guys. Some of these guys I didn't. I just know from, just talk, barbershop talk, different things like that. But overall, we've had some people come through that's done some great things. So I'm excited to be able to speak on that, and also be one of those people who, came from an area where a lot of people don't really make it out, and to consider myself made it out. Man, I played college football, earned a master's degree from Georgetown. So I've done some things that, wasn't normal for the people from this area, but keeping it sports related. I graduated from Tarboro High School, home to Ty Gurley, Taquan Lewis, Jacoby Cofield, Kelvin Bryant, the list goes on and on. Played for coaches such as B.W. Holt, Jeff Craddock, both, two well-known North Carolina coaches and legends in themselves. So I've been around sports my whole life, been coached by some of the best, and got a lot of knowledge on it, man. But from the basic foundation, about 4 or 5, I started playing both basketball and football. Both of them were equally as important to me. As I grew older, obviously football started to take over as I was naturally more gifted at football. But I was pretty good in basketball, and earned accolades in both throughout high school and college and different things, from all area to all state to all conferences to winning state championships. I did some pretty great things. So sports did a lot for me over the years, but started out playing both. I like watching boxing. I like watching baseball, hockey, a lot of different sports. So I'm not going to limit this particular channel to just the sports I played coming up, but those are just a few that I played coming up, and what I have first-hand experience on. And so, so I played at Chowan University. My college ball is small college in Murfreesboro, North Carolina, in the CIAA. Played there for a few years, and now I'm just working out every day and trying to stay in shape. But for the most part, sports was coming up was it for me, man. I played a lot of sports from ages 4 to 5 all the way up until 21, 22. So I'm 24 now, and so that's, you do the math. It's a long time. So I've been around it my whole life, and I'm just excited to talk about it. I'll be able to relieve some of this, these stories I have, the insight I have to just help people behind me on some things and different things that I didn't know coming up that I had to learn off trial and error that I could hopefully help somebody with, and then just get good debate going. Help people interested in the channel, introducing themselves, and just having dialect, and that's what it's all about. So that's just a little bit about myself, where I'm from, and just some of the people I've been around throughout my sports history. So sports teams. Obviously, this is when it's about to get real interesting. So I'm going to follow me now, because I'm going to go from college to professional sports players all over the place. But I'm going to do it in order, so just stick with me, and we'll get through it. So, NBA. My NBA team, Boston Celtics, as you can see. Started liking the Celtics. I was about 10, 11, was right around the time they had the big three come through. Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen. Rajon Rondo was part of it, but obviously he's not included in the big three, but very important in that organization's success. So started liking Boston around that time, man, and just stuck with it. Been a Celtics fan since. Obviously, we've had our up and downs from, the Isaiah Thomases, from the conference finals appearances to different things of that nature. And obviously, recently, we just lost an NBA Finals to Golden State Warriors this past year. So, but overall, the Celtics have been pretty good. I had my issues with them over the past, from different things of, free agency and different things like that. But for the most part, I've been a Celtics fan, and I don't plan on leaving unless they, do something that's irate and I just have to leave. But I've been a Celtics fan since about 08, 07. So that's that. NFL. My NFL team is the Indianapolis Colts. I became a Colts fan around the same time, really, when I started getting knowledge of what sports really was and who was who. So I was about 10, 11. That was around the time I think they had Peyton Manning was the quarterback, obviously. Marvin Harrison was around, Reggie Wayne, guys like Dwight Freeney. I mean, they had a lot of good guys that came through and played for them, and that just, at the time, I was just excited to see, that blue and white, and see those horseshoes on the side of those helmets, and just seeing them go to it. So I've been a Colts fan since then, and I've rode away with that as well, from the Andrew Luck situation that happened, and to the backups, and all to where we are now with Matt Ryan. Hopefully, this year will be great. Should win the AFC South, obviously. Should be the best team in the AFC South. I think we'll compete with Tennessee a little bit, but they lost A.J. Brown, obviously. So that should be a division we should wrap up. So following from professional sports, we're going to go to college. So college football, Ohio State, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Been an Ohio State fan for a long time. A year, I can't really put a year on it, but I know Jim Tressel was the coach when I started liking him. We had Troy Smith, Ted Ginn Jr., guys like that. And from then, man, the list goes on and on. Obviously, you guys know, like, Ohio State is one of those programs like the Alabamas, LSUs, Georgias. Every year they just replace players with top players. So I've seen great players come through, obviously, from many positions. And I've been an advocate fan. And I feel like this year is the year that Ohio State will win another national championship, since the first year they had the college playoffs when they defeated Oregon. I think this is a pretty good year ahead. Obviously got C.J. Stroud at quarterback, Heisman hopeful, Travion Henderson running back, receiving course the best in the college football. Question mark obviously on defense, but Jim Knowles, defensive coordinator from Oklahoma State, somebody who's coming in and bringing a new mindset. So I'm looking forward to it. And that first game is actually tomorrow against Notre Dame, and the shoe is going to be rocking. Columbus is going to be rocking, but been liking Ohio State for a long time, and go Bucks. OH, go Bucks. IO. What else I got? College basketball. This is going to turn some heads, but obviously I live in North Carolina, as I stated earlier, but I've never been a UNC, Duke, any of those kind of fans at all. My introduction to college basketball was 2008. The first game I ever remember watching vividly was the national championship game between Memphis and Kansas. Mario Chalmers, Derrick Rose, Glenn Dorsey, that national championship game. And Calipari was the coach for Memphis at the time, Coach John Calipari. And so I saw how, Memphis was just like a dynamic team. They had Derrick Rose, and Coach Cal is the type of coach to let guys play their game. So I started watching them, and I'm like, man, like, I like his coaching. Like, something drew me to Coach Cal, man. He just, energy, everything. Like, I was just like, yeah, this is it. So the year after that, obviously, he left and went to Kentucky. And it just so happened that they got the point guard from Raleigh, North Carolina, who everybody should be very familiar with, John Wall. And so I kind of followed him to UK, started liking UK. And, man, when that freshman class came in with John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, Eric Bledsoe, I was just like, yeah, this is it. So been a UK fan since then, and obviously we all know that it's NBAU, from the Anthony Davises of the world to different guys, De'Aaron Fox, the list goes on and on. So been a UK fan since, and this upcoming year I think will be a pretty good year. Got the returning National Player of the Year, Oscar Tshiebwe. A lot of different pieces. Xavier Wheeler came back, Jacob Toppin came back, Damian Collins improved. Got some freshmen, Kason Wallace, Chris Livingston. So that's going to be a pretty good year in college basketball. So those are my 4 favorite teams, I would say. And next, boxing. That's probably boxing's probably my most favorite sport to watch. Obviously, you got different weight classes and different fighters, a lot of different fighters. But if I had to pick a fighter, I would say it's like the fighter I like watching the most, probably be Shakur Stevenson. I think he's a junior lightweight. Junior lightweight. pretty nice, man. Just beat Oscar Valdez not too long ago for the belts, and so he's on the top of the world right now. But Shakur's pretty good. I like watching guys like Tank, Gervonta Davis. Who else? Canelo's a good fighter, great fighter. Like watching him, even though he just lost not too long ago. You got Terrence Crawford. Guys like that, man. I'm a boxing guy, so I box myself in my workout, so I'm pretty in tune with boxing as well. But as far as baseball and other different sports, I like different players from all teams. Aaron Judge, probably my favorite baseball player. I just like seeing him hit bombs all day long. Huge guy, and just, you know, a tank at the end of the day. Like watching hockey a little bit. Watched this past playoffs that just ended. Saw the Avalanche and everybody in that playoff series, and so yeah, I'm all over the place, but those are the teams I like, players I like, and I would probably say I'm gonna finish with this because this is probably the most important. My favorite player of all time in any sport is LeBron James. And I know you're probably asking, how are you a Celtics fan and you like LeBron James? Well, let me tell you how. Started out, LeBron was, let's see, this was 2000. I forgot the exact year, but we had the big three, and he was by himself in Cleveland, actually, before he had made the decision. Beating up on him. Didn't used to like him at all. Just, you know, obviously as a rival, a competition, you're not going to like your competition. But I respected his game. But over the years, it's just like the guy just kept getting better and better. And then it got to the point when he made the decision, went to Miami, it's like they were the villains of the NBA. My Celtics were kind of on the end of that big three era, so we had a rough patch, and LeBron just started taking over. And so I just kind of grew to learn and love LeBron over the years. So to me, he's the greatest player of all time, and I know that's a debate in itself, but you just look at the man's resume, how he's been great for damn near 20 years, his whole career. So I just, you know, I like LeBron as a player, what he does on the court, off the court, more than any other player in any other sport. So I would say that's my favorite player of all time, and that's how you know I'm not biased, because I'm obviously a Celtics fan. Should be a Celtics player, right? No, I'm just respect the game and pay homage to who I think is the greatest, and that's LeBron James. So I've introduced myself. I've told you who I like, why I like him, and so now it's just some little brief talk about some things that's upcoming within the channel, man. So my plan is to just talk about college football. It's underway now, so I'm gonna touch on college football week to week, touch on some big games, big performances from all levels, not just the mainstream levels, but I really know about college football, so I'll be touching on players you probably haven't heard about, conferences you probably haven't heard about, different things of that nature. It's the NFL season is also close. Preseason just ended. It starts next week, so previewing the NFL season, talking about different teams, different offseason moves, different divisions, tough things such as the AFC West. Oof, that's tough. But just you know, a lot of different things. So I'm excited to talk about the NFC and the AFC competition this year, to see who's coming out and the final two teams who will be in the Super Bowl. I'm excited about that. And lastly, just talking about the NBA. Obviously, some offseason moves. Donovan Mitchell just got traded to the Cavaliers a couple days ago. So it's a lot of different things going on all the time in the NBA. So previewing the NBA season, that should be underway in a month or so. And looking at other sports as well. Obviously, I'm talking about a lot of things, not just limiting the scope to a couple sports, but any breaking news in any sports, whether it's swimming, boxing, I mean, baseball, it can be anything, track and field, anything that catches my eye, I'll talk about it on the channel. So, and then I'm also going to be looking for feedback, anything anybody's interested in me talking about, touching on, and different things like that. But just want to do this introduction video to give you guys a better understanding of who I am, where I'm going to be coming from, what I'm going to be talking about, so you actually know, you know, who's in front of you and the man that's talking to you. So I'm excited. Like I said, man, I'm ready to get it going. I like talking about sports. Like, I could do this for a living just because I've lived it my whole life. So, which I have done it for a living. Wow. But yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm looking forward to it, and looking forward to just seeing how far I can really take this thing, and see how much, you know, feedback and stuff I can get from it. But until next time, the next video will probably be coming out soon. I'm gonna touch on, obviously, Ohio State plays tomorrow, so I'm gonna break that game down and look at a lot of different other things in different sports. So the avenues is gonna be pretty diverse, but if you follow me, I promise you'll get good content, unbiased opinions, and different things of that nature. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it, and until next time, peace.